April DeBoer and Jane Rouse are an LGBT couple living in the state of Detroit, Michigan. Both are licensed foster parents and nurses. The two met in 1999 in nursing school soon after DeBoer went through a rough divorce. They dated on and off through their years in nursing school until they decided to become life partners sometime in 2008. Altogether, DeBoer adopted 2-year-old Riley and 4-year-old Rayna. Rouse adopted a 6-year-old Nolan and a 5-year-old Jacob. Two of the children developed mental disabilities and acquired special needs, which they handled and took care of together as a family. A New York Times article states, on a snowy night in 2011, April DeBoer, Jane Rouse, and their 3 children were driving in their minivan down a rural road when a truck, attempting to pass another vehicle, came barreling toward them. At the last second, he swerved off the road and veered into a field, Mr. DeBoer recalled. I think Jane and I wouldn't have survived the impact. It was in that moment, that realization, that we needed to get things in order. After the incident, the couple decided to write up their wills and assign custody of their children. But instead of a quick meeting with their lawyer, Dana Nelson, they began a long journey to fight the laws and find freedom. Nelson informed them that the adoption laws in Michigan require that a couple must be married to have joint custody of a child. So each parent had no legal claims to the children her partner had adopted. The news was highly devastating to the two because they realized that if one of them were to die, not only would they lose their partner, but there's also the possibility that the children would be adopted by the said partner, could be placed into a distant relative care or foster care. Wanting to protect their children and their family, April Jane filed a federal lawsuit and challenged Michigan adoption laws. On March 21, 2012, the case of Bornstein was heard in the U.S. District for Eastern Michigan by Judge Bernard Freeman. Plaintiffs DeBoer Rouse challenged a November 2006 voter-approved amendment to the Michigan Constitution that prohibits same-sex marriage. The Michigan Marriage Amendment states, to secure and preserve the benefits of marriage for our society and for future generations of children, the union of one man and one woman in marriage shall be only agreement recognized as marriage or similar union for any purpose. Plaintiffs maintain that the MMA violates the due and equal protection clauses of the 14th Amendment to the United States Constitution. The trial lasted 2 long weeks, and at the end of the 2 long, painful, yet hopeful weeks, Judge Freeman declared Michigan's adoption law unconstitutional under the Equal Protection Clause of the United States Constitution. Judge Freeman suggested to DeBoer that they should instead challenge Michigan's ban on same-sex marriage, because until then they can never truly protect their family. Even though April and Jane would love to get married and jointly adopt their children, they never set out to fight the gay marriage ban. Judge Freeman opened up a time where over 300 LGBT couples got married. Michigan State, enraged by the overturning of the adoption law, appealed to the United States Sixth Circuit Court of Appeals. Both sides were represented in court yet again on August 6th. 3 grueling months later, all of April Jane's hard work was deemed a waste when the Sixth Circuit Court ruled to uphold Michigan's marriage amendment on November 6th. The lawyers that argued behalf of Michigan made the argument that the decisions on same-sex marriage are better left to be decided by the majority vote. The court found this a better argument than provided by the defense, so the law was upheld and LGBT couples could still not marry in the state of Michigan, as well as 3 other states, being Ohio, Kentucky, and Tennessee. But still, April and Jane continue to fight the good fight and fight for the rights for their family. On January 16, 2015, the Supreme Court agreed to hear their cases as well as other cases on the topic of same-sex marriage in several other states. The Supreme Court is expected to make a decision in June on the constitutionality of same-sex marriage all throughout the United States. Everybody recognizes marriage means family, and that's what we want, stated April and Jane DeBoer and Rouse. We're optimistic and hopeful that they're going to be on the right side of history, even though I think it's going to be overwhelming to see the justices, claimed DeBoer. The war rages on for LGBT couples across America as DeBoer and Rouse wait for judgment from the highest courts of the United States. Freedom is so close it's tangible. Couples around the world support April and Jane and wait for their freedoms to be granted as well.